What's up, weirdos? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Felicia, and today we're talking about a movie that came out in August of 2018, and that is Summer of '84.
May Chronicle received a letter from an individual calling themselves the Cape May Slayer.
There's a serial killer on the loose. What else could possibly be this exciting? Incoming titties. 12 o'clock. Even serial killers live next door to somebody.
I wasn't able to see this movie in theaters, but they did put it on Shudder, so I was able to check it out this week. And it's basically about a group of friends that are convinced that their neighbor is a serial killer. Overall, I had a pretty good time watching this movie. It definitely had that 80s kids adventure vibe, sort of like Stranger Things, but without the supernatural aspect to it. There are young boys going missing in suburbia, and the police basically have no suspects. And this group of friends, led by Davey, our leading preteen, are convinced that this is the guy. In general, I really liked the group of friends. I thought they had a good dynamic. The only one that I thought was a little cheesy was the character of Tommy. He was sort of like the tough kid in a leather jacket character, and I just felt like he was like a little bit overdone. In general, I didn't think the kids were pushed too far into their stereotypes, except for Tommy, where I was like, he can come back a little. So the neighbor's name is Mackie, and he's played by Rich Sommer. So this character he lives alone. He's a white man in his like late 30s, I guess, and he's a cop. And so obviously immediately I was like, oh, he's the serial killer. And they sort of set it up for you to think he's a serial killer, and then they try to convince you otherwise, but the whole time I'm still like, that's the serial killer. And maybe it's because I've been listening to My Favorite Murder podcast, which I love, by the way. If anyone loves it, let me know down below. I'm like currently obsessed with My Favorite Murder. But because I've just been thinking a lot about serial killers recently, I was like, that's the guy. Like, it's so obvious, like, you're not gonna convince me otherwise. That is the killer.
Sorry again if you're grounded. Let's see if I can get you out of this house. No hard feelings.
Something else I sort of had a problem with is that it just felt like 5 to 10 minutes too long in terms of plot. Like, I just felt like they were adding these scenes in about some of the other characters, like family life and things like that I just wasn't that interested in. I was more interested in like the boys in the clubhouse, or like them like sneaking into the guy's house, like
Emergency meeting, treehouse, now.
Those sort of scenes I was more interested in. I wasn't super interested in like some characters' random backstory that you're only gonna get like 6 seconds of. I was like, meh. But what I did like about the movie was it is sort of that fun summer movie of you're just sort of following the clues and the adventure of these kids as they try to like solve a mystery, which is, you know, very 80s, very youth, very suburbia, and it's fun. But I just felt like it was too mild. Like, it wasn't super funny, it wasn't super scary, it just felt a little bit general for me, and I just wanted more. Let's go ahead and get to the ratings. So for the scare, as I said, it's not very scary. I'm giving it a 2. I felt like even the really suspenseful moments, I just was like not in suspense because I knew what was gonna happen. Like, I was very clear on what was gonna happen. They never really could trick me in any way. The gore, I'm giving the gore like a 1. Like, they do have a little bit of gore towards the end, but even so, it's like pretty mild, and I even thought that could have been taken further. Like, if you're gonna wait a super long time to show us anything, like, that's cool, but like really go for it. And I just felt like they didn't really go for it. The cheese, I'm gonna say a 3. Like, at times it felt like they were really more making an 80s nostalgia movie than they were a thriller or a mystery movie. And now it's starting to sound like I hate this movie. I don't really hate this movie. I had an okay time watching it. It just didn't thrill me in any way. I wasn't like, there was no time where I was like delighted or scared. Overall, I'm just gonna give it a 2 because it's not gonna have a lasting impression on me. It's a movie that I saw once that, though it was fine while I watched it, it was just a very fine movie, and I'm not gonna go back to it at any point probably, which is fine. And I'm not gonna go into a spoiler section today because there really wasn't like a favorite death scene or anything, but I will still give you a fun fact, and that is, so Mackie has this sort of secret storage unit garage thing that the kids find, and he drives out of it a Volkswagen Beetle, which of course is also the car that Ted Bundy drove around during his reign of terror, if you will, and that was pretty cool. It was just like a nice touch I thought they did. And that's sort of what I thought about Summer of '84. It's on Shudder if you want to check it out. It's there for you. You could probably watch it other places as well. And that's that. And now I will also say our giveaway winner. So I had a 500 subscriber giveaway about a week and some ago, and the winner has been selected. It is Angie, and I emailed you today, so you already know, but just letting everyone else know. And I'll be sending out Angie stuff in the next like couple of days. So that's really exciting. It was my first giveaway. Thank you everyone for entering. I thought that was really sweet, and it was just super fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Have a nice scream. Bye!